doing 2 streams in a row? I don't think I've done that yet. I probably have. Yeah, I got all my stuff basically done for the day, so I thought might as well go ahead and get another chapter done. I believe that this chapter is where we'll get Lind, which is going to be so nice because she's going to be a pretty powerful magic unit. And are those... Wait, take me back to the map. Wait, no, take me to the map. Oh. Oh. Huh. So these guys might be problems. I don't know for sure, actually, though. So ballisticians in other Fire Emblem games, they don't actually appear that much. I mean, maybe they appear quite a bit in the Arcanaic games, but I don't think they appear too much in a lot of the other ones. I know that their whole gimmick is basically supposed to be that they have very, very good range but low movement, which is very, very scary because, you know, just got Minerva, and obviously there's Sheeta, and Sheeta is very strong and so is Minerva, but I don't know how much damage they can take from bows. But at the same time, Jake is a dude, and considering that he's a named character with a full portrait that isn't the basic boss portrait, I'm gonna guess that Jake is recruitable. And because he is a male enemy unit, that's usually Sheeta's job to recruit. So, looks like we're gonna have to take her and hope for the best. Honestly, I'm doing pretty well. My day overall was good, so that's always nice. And then, you know, just in general, like, for this game at least, last chapter went pretty well. Got quite lucky in some parts, so hopefully that string of luck can continue into this chapter. With a string of hard-fought battles, starting over. With a string of hard-fought battles behind them, Marth and his army finally arrive in Arcanaea, Nina's home. Beyond the mountains lies the bastion of Arcanaea that has stood for 1,000 years, the Ageless Palace. Its golden walls have seen so many treasures stolen and so many of its people lost. Marth and his allies have journeyed far, and now one of their primary goals is in sight. It's really weird to me that a lot of the previous chapters would have like dialogue between characters. It would basically be like one character talking to Marth or something like that. And then last chapter there wasn't anything. And then same thing with this chapter, it wasn't character speaking, it was just like basic text. So I wonder if that's just how it's going to be for a lot of the rest of this game, or if any of that is really going to change. Okay, let's keep going this way. What did I give? I'm very, very happy that Minerva is able to use that Silver Lance. I'm a bit surprised. I don't really know how the weapon level system works for this game, so I guess I shouldn't be too surprised that she's able to use it because, you know, she's a pre-promote and all of that, but I don't know, I was just really expecting her to not be able to use them. I'm also very surprised it doesn't seem like she's able to use axes, or at least she obviously didn't start with any in her inventory when she was recruited, so I really wonder if she's actually able to use them, because her signature weapon, at least in Heroes and Warriors, is, I believe it's pronounced the Hautclair, and that's obviously a very powerful axe that I'm gonna guess is related to some of the other Arcanaean regalia, like the Parthia and the Mercurius. I really hope I'm pronouncing all of those correctly. So, is she actually able to use that in this game, or is that exclusive to the remakes? I mean, considering some of the other systems that are in this game, I wouldn't be too surprised if it turned out that that whole system is exclusive to the remakes. So, it'll be interesting to see. Okay, I am really hoping that those two... Why am I forgetting the name right now? Ballisticians? I think that's what the name is, if I remember correctly. I really hope that they can't attack from this range. I don't think they're capable of doing it. It doesn't look like they are. So, I really don't want either Sheeta or Minerva to get killed. And I feel like it's gonna be very easy for them to die in a chapter like this, where, you know, these two units are both on there. It's really weird that this guy isn't protecting the castle. I feel like he should be, considering he seems to be the boss. Oh well. Okay. And I remember last chapter, going back to Lind, I'm gonna guess that you get her in this chapter. I've played through Warriors 1, and in Warriors 1 they have a thing called History Mode that is based on maps from throughout the series. And for the DLC characters that they released, each character got their own History Mode chapter to represent them. And Lynn's chapter was this. It was based on the slave market chapter. So I'm gonna guess that this is when she gets recruited. Especially because at the end of last chapter, she was mentioned by name, talking about the fact that, you know, she has the Orotome and she's very powerful and all of that stuff. So it would make a lot of sense to me for her to be recruited. Which I'm gonna take a wild guess and say that this is what all of these enemies are for. Like, this is probably one of the most obvious, hey, there's something in this village, it's probably a character. That's probably one of the easiest things that I could guess off the top of my head. And yeah, it's probably Lind. I would be very surprised if it isn't, actually. So, okay, hopefully we can get her. Obviously, magic units are gonna be very good. Wendell is gonna need some company with this whole magic system. He's doing pretty good so far, but who knows what it'll be like in the future. And I'm gonna guess that Lind is going to probably not replace him, but at least work with him and be a very good unit to have. Okay. Javelins. Awesome. Other than, like, Lynn's part, though, and obviously a bit of the worry about the ballisticians, this chapter doesn't look too hard to get through. I mean, I'm gonna guess that all of these forts are reinforcements because, once again, just like the thing with that's probably the most obvious, hey, there's a character in this village thing, considering all of the enemies over there, I'm gonna guess that all of these forts that are surrounding this castle are probably one of the most obvious, hey, here's a bunch of reinforcements for you to deal with. You know, it's not very clever. But it doesn't really have to be. In fact, I'm honestly very happy that it isn't trying to hide what it is. Like, this game obviously has ambush respawns, and ambush respawns absolutely suck, but at least they don't try and hide them like some other games. Fire Emblem Three Houses, maddening mode for that, the ambush respawns, some of their locations were just so annoying to try and deal with, and it would be super hard to get through a load of them. So games like this, where they make it pretty obvious where exactly the reinforcements are going to come from, I'm completely okay with. Caster got level up. Hopefully he can get some speed so it can... Ooh, strength. That's good. Okay, no speed, but still, strength is also very needed. I'll take it. Okay, move up here. You know, it feels very, very weird to me that it's already chapter 11, because some of the characters that I'm using feel under-leveled in a way, but at the same time they're still holding their own, and it's clear that, you know, not every enemy is that far up in level. Like, that was a level 3 Pegasus Knight in chapter 11, so I don't actually know what to expect for a lot of the rest of this game in terms of overall leveling for people. The only person that I'm truly worried about is going to be Camus. He doesn't appear until, I believe, chapter 20. He's one of the characters that I really know, for this game at least, he's gonna be trouble, because he's promoted paladin with Gradivis, which is basically a javelin on crack. It's 1 to 2 ranged lance with a whole bunch of might, and I believe it has some pretty good accuracy. And then along with all of that, Camus has quite a bit of speed, so he's able to double with it. So I feel like he's gonna be a really big threat, but even then, that doesn't come for another 9 chapters. So I don't really know how a lot of this game is gonna go in terms of leveling. So honestly, if levels stay at this type of range, I'm gonna guess, like, getting towards the latter half, a lot more pre-promotes are going to show up, and they're gonna have higher levels, obviously, but if they stay more at, like, the low range of promoted level ups, I feel like this game is going to be pretty easy to beat on some of those later chapters. And I mean, I'm still gonna have to worry. Like, Hardin is currently not doing too well, but I don't know, it just feels like some parts are going to be a bit simpler than others for some of this, which I'm pretty okay with. Especially since, I mean, this game's story will be revisited 2 more times after this, so I honestly wouldn't mind. I don't think that FE3 at least has a hard mode, but I wouldn't mind trying a hard mode for FE11. I feel like it could be an interesting experience to try, so. Especially, of course it all depends on how exactly, oh, nice Sheeta. It all depends on how the level scaling is in that game. If it's exactly 1-to-1 like this game, then yeah, I'd probably try out hard mode. But if they actually rework it so that it's a lot more in line with some of the Fire Emblem games that were releasing at that time, then I might just play on normal mode instead, just so that I understand what's going on. I have a feel for how exactly the game works, but I don't have to worry too much about any super new systems that I'm not accustomed to from playing FE1 and FE3 Book 1 and then going over to that game. Okay, Maria. I feel like something that will help in that game though is just the fact that they have a few prologue chapters before the main story really kicks off. So some of the units will obviously be able to get levels from that. Honestly, a lot of the changes they made in the DS remake are pretty interesting to me. One of the big ones is Gaiden chapters being in the game. So obviously the name comes from the fact that Gaiden basically means side story, which I think is really funny because Fire Emblem 2 is obviously called Fire Emblem Gaiden because it's the side story of Fire Emblem 1. But Gaiden chapters in Shadow Dragon, at least, really the only way to get a lot of them is for a set amount of units to die in that game. Meaning that if you want to experience every chapter that you can in Shadow Dragon, the DS remake, you have to kill some of your units in order to get those chapters. And if you don't, then you don't get to experience those parts of the story, and you don't get to use the characters that you get from those Gaiden chapters. Obviously, I'm going to try and keep most of my units alive, so I'm not going to be able to experience too many of those. Except, I am planning on getting one Gaiden chapter at least, and that's, I believe it's the final one, which is a lot easier to access than some of the other ones because you only have to kill one unit, but you also have to lose something. So in order to access the final Gaiden chapter, dang it, Sheeta, I'll take it. In order to access the final Gaiden chapter for Fire Emblem 11, you have to kill Tiki and also lose the Falchion, whatever. And doing so will unlock the final Gaiden chapter where you recruit a character named Nagi. And Nagi is basically kind of like a weaker version of Tiki. And then on top of that, Nagi also comes with a Falchion, except it's a weaker version. So I really think that the point of Nagi as a character is literally just to be a contingency plan for players or the developers. Really, I'm gonna guess that the thought process was, shoot, this final boss is fairly difficult. If you lose these things that you are now capable of, that you are fully capable of losing because of the systems we put in place, what should we do? And then another developer looked over and was just like, here's this character that we're barely going to explain. She's going to give you a weaker version of the Falchion, and also she's going to have dragon effectiveness like Tiki does. And you're not, and we're going to refuse to elaborate about who she really is. She's gonna appear in FE12, except Martha's gonna have no memory about who she is. He just feels like there's a vague feeling that he knows her. And then that's it. That's all we're gonna do with her. She's only going to appear in those games and then make an appearance in Heroes later. And they did it. And you know what? I love Nagi. Nagi is such a weird character, but I think she's very, very interesting. Really, I believe the big two theories about her as a character are either she's Tiki from the future, who has been resting for all of this time, trying to basically repair the Falchion, and then goes back in time to help Marth out. I could see where that theory comes from, especially because of Fire Emblem Awakening, the time travel plot in that game, and it also works out pretty well because, just like Lucina's story, you know, we have this person who comes from the fallen timeline going back to help the true timeline and help out the main lord to go ahead and win and save his future. Personally though, I don't actually feel like that one's true. I more agree with the second theory, which is that Nagi is the reincarnation of the dragon Naga, who is Tiki's parent. I personally think that it's a lot more likely, mainly because of the big retcon that happens with Naga during the development of the Fire Emblem games, where originally Naga, I believe, at least, I might be totally wrong about this honestly, but I believe that Naga was originally a guy, and then when Naga was reintroduced into Awakening, she was a girl. So I personally think that Naga, after their death, was reincarnated into Nagi. Nagi either helps out Marth or stays asleep, depending on what exactly happens with Tiki. Considering that Tiki is around during Awakening, it's more likely that obviously Nagi stays asleep and works to basically rebuild her memories of her time as Naga. And after she finally reawakens, she becomes the new version of Naga, and that's why we see this new version of Naga in Fire Emblem Awakening. That's my personal theory about what happens, especially because of, the similarities you can see between Awakening Naga's design and Nagi's outfit in Heroes and Shadow Dragon. So, you're looking to buy a slave? All I have left are some scrawny brats, but I'll cut you a deal. Look at these poor children, what a vile man you are. If you value your life, you'll unchain them immediately and get out of my sight. It's the Altean army, I'm done for. What a horrible ordeal you all must have suffered, but it's all right now. You can return to your homes. You there, why haven't you left? I don't have anywhere to go. You're a girl, aren't you? Yet you're disguised as a young boy. I am the daughter of Archbishop Maloa. I disguised myself to escape from Garneth, but I was caught by a slave merchant when I ran away. This isn't funny. So you're the Archbishop's daughter. It's good that we found you. Princess Nina has been worried sick. From today we will stand beside you. I will not let anything like this happen to you again. Prince Marth, let me fight at your side. I have the aura tome my father entrusted to me. If Princess Nina allows me to help, I will use it. I want to take revenge for what Garneth did to my father. I must defeat him. It's Lind! Yay! And she has 3 defense. That's not good. But aura as a tome is, I believe, amazing, so she's gonna be pretty good. 3 defense is very scary. I would love to just go ahead and put her into the arena, but I am worried about her chances of surviving. Because no matter how much damage she could do with aura, she's very frail. I'm sorry, it's just the way they decide to introduce her by using a slave market is kind of insane. And then, I don't know, it's very weird. I suppose in a world where, certain army people are also recruited because they fall in love with a girl, and then that girl just goes ahead and marries Marth. I'm talking about Sheeta. I suppose it's not insane, but also it kind of is. Like, a full-on slave market is how you're about to introduce one of your characters. I just have more questions than answers with that. Like, how exactly was this even able to happen? Especially this close to the castle. If this castle is supposed to be like the big castle of Arcanea, right next door to your castle is a full-on slave market that's going on with children being imprisoned and used as slaves. I feel like there are some problems with your country that should be dealt with immediately. Like, Nina, I'm gonna need Nina to contact Garneth right now so she can be like, listen, I know that we're having this war and all, and I know you're trying to resurrect this evil dragon dude, but fact is that I have a slave trade in the town right next to my kingdom, and I should probably deal with that. So can we just put this whole situation on hold for a minute? I feel like Garneth could understand. And you know, if he doesn't, then Nina can just be like, well, listen, one of the people who is a slave is actually the daughter of your old archbishop friend and she currently has the power to kill you and stop your evil plan, so I think you're gonna want some help here. And I'll give you that help. I don't know. Personally, I just feel like it would be a very good idea. Maybe people would disagree. Okay, Harden. Once again, I'm very, very worried about that, Archer. The Ballistician. That is the name. Okay, Thunderbolt. So that's probably magic. So Harden might be in trouble. Again. I just keep putting him in danger. I'd love to say accidentally, but it's probably not even accidentally at this point. It's happened so often. Minerva could attack here. Javelin has pretty low accuracy though, I'd rather not risk it. Especially considering resistance. Resistance, plus it seems like it's gonna do bow effective damage. Meaning that Minerva's both going to get hit by something where she has 0 resistance against it. And on top of that, she has to deal with the bow effectiveness, so yeah, that's a recipe for disaster. Okay. This way. Keep going. Okay. The music, I have to say, so far, I feel like has been good. You know, for the era it was released in, I feel like a lot of the tracks have been doing a pretty good job so far. I especially love the main title theme, and I'm very, very happy that it's gotten remade in high quality and with better overall sound and all of that kind of stuff. Personally, I think my favorite version of the main theme of Fire Emblem that has been released definitely has to be the one from Tokyo Mirage Sessions. It's so much fun. I absolutely love everyone singing in it. I think that the singing that's in Tokyo Mirage Sessions, everyone in that game who gets a chance to sing does a phenomenal job. It expresses their characters so well, and they're just such fun moments, and it makes a lot of sense because obviously the 2 game series that Tokyo Mirage Sessions is based on are Shin Megami Tensei and Fire Emblem, and both of those series are pretty well known for usually having some pretty great soundtracks. And putting them together, it just made magic, especially with the Fire Emblem theme. Like, the idea of having all of these singers come together to sing the theme, basically harmonizing with each other. It's absolutely beautiful. And then on top of that, you just have the beautiful orchestra in the background. that is just providing so much. My one complaint with it is that it's not long. I want it to be so much longer, because I'm pretty sure that track is only about a minute and a half. And I really wish they got it up to like 3 minutes. I know, like, having an amazing track that's a minute and a half is probably better than having like just a good track that's 3 minutes. But I really feel like, considering all of the work that they did for all of the other songs in that game, they could have gotten it to that 3 minutes and it still would have been amazing. So, but all of the songs in that game, like, they are so much fun to listen to. I go back to them from time to time. I wish so much that they were on Spotify, because every single time I want to go back and listen to them, I have to pull up YouTube and have to deal with all of the YouTube shenanigans, which basically just means that my phone's battery drains very, very fast, which is really annoying, because, oh, can't do any damage. That sucks. It's very, very annoying. I want to hear those songs and I can't. So, it would be so nice if those songs were on Spotify. Like Reincarnation slaps, She Is, which is, I guess, technically exclusive to Encore, but, you know, still basically counts. It should be on there. It slaps. Give Me, absolute banger. They're so much fun. My only two complaints, really, really big complaints that I always look back on when it comes to Tokyo Mirage Sessions are, I wish the songs were on Spotify, and I wish that the English voice actors were in that game. Because that's the other thing. Tokyo Mirage Sessions got a remake for the Switch, and it did a lot of great things, but then for some reason, you still didn't get English voice acting, and that was very weird, because it felt like they put quite a few other things into the game, like they added in all of the DLC and stuff, but then no voice actors. And, you know, maybe it's because, like, oh shoot. Oh well. Maybe it's because, like, it would be a whole lot of work to try and get all of those voice actors in. But, I mean, I don't know. I feel like it could be fun, especially because that's probably one of the other things that I feel like a lot of modern Fire Emblem and modern Shin Megami Tensei games have, is usually like a switch between either you could have the English voice actors or the Japanese voice actors. I mean, maybe that isn't the case for Shin Megami Tensei, because I haven't played as many of those games. Maybe that's just for Persona, because I've definitely played quite a few Persona games. AKA, I've beaten 5, I've started 3, I've gotten close to halfway in 4, and I have Q and Q2, which, those are some more games that I really need to complete. Like, my list of things that I want to do for the summer when it comes to playing games, where I want to play through the Fire Emblem games and also beat Persona 3 and 4. That's a very, very dumb list to try and do in the summer, because, you know, that's 17 Fire Emblem games, which usually I'd say take about 25 to 30 hours on average on a good day, with good luck and all of that stuff. And then I'm putting on top of that the Persona games, which are known to be very long games. Yeah, terrible idea. There's no way that I'm gonna be able to do that in the summer. No damage. I should really pay more attention to how these damage calculations work, because one day it's gonna get me killed. Those are gonna be my last words. In real life, I'm gonna be like, shoot, I forgot about the damage calculations, and then someone's gonna just like stab me. And then, as I said in the first stream, I believe it was the first stream, I need someone to then ask, would you like to continue playing, like Sheeta did that one time. If someone could do that for me, I think that would be very, very helpful, and lead to, I guess not a long-lasting life because I'd be dead. A happy ending to a sad moment. Sure, I'll put it like that. Okay, come on, caster. Dang it. Didn't get the hit. I'm just gonna keep using the Iron Sword. It seems to be working for Sheeta, and I don't want to use up all the uses for that Levin Sword. Go Sheeta. One of the other things I do know about this game, because Sheeta reminds me of the fact that, obviously, she's at promotion level. I believe that this game doesn't have a lot of promotion items to give, to get around to everyone. Basically, in the modern Fire Emblem games, starting, I believe, with Awakening, everyone could promote using Master Seals, or certifications, you know, 3 houses doing the 3 houses thing of being different. But in the older games, each class, a set amount of classes would get a specific promotion item. So, for the Pegasus Knights in this game, they would get the Elysian Whip. And I believe, even though there's 4 Pegasus Knights that you can get in the story, being the Macedonian White Wings, along with Katria, there's only 2 whips to go around, meaning that 2 of your Pegasus Knights will never be able to get promoted. So, I don't actually know how they're going to balance a lot of the other promotion items out, or how exactly they will work with the rest of the story, because maybe that's why a lot of these enemies are a lot lower level, is just because they know that a lot of your units will not be able to promote to another class. So a lot of these enemies also stay unpromoted for a while and stay at a lower level, just so you can at least get some experience and get your levels up. That's my guess, at least, because it's just kind of weird to me that it would limit the amount of promotion items, because I feel like that's like another thing of just, this is the first game in the series, so not everything is perfected yet. I'm gonna guess that's another thing like that, where they start to shoot. Oh. Like, that's a lot of damage, but she'll be fine. I feel like that's something they're gonna fix a lot in some of the later games. At least I know they do for stuff like FE7 and FE8. There seems to be a lot more promotion items to go around, so you can choose a lot more people, or like with who you want to use overall. Because I want to use my mages, except I won't be able to promote all of my mages, except, you know, Wendell is already promoted and Lind is the only other mage I have. So I guess technically, if we get the mage promotion item, which if it's the same as it is in FE7, then it's going to be the guiding ring, I guess Lind will be able to promote, and technically all of my mages will be promoted. So I guess instead of mages, I'll use the example of mercenaries, because there's 4 of them. Navarra already promoted once, but what about Ogma and Caesar and Rad? That's his name. Rad! What about Rad? Everybody loves Rad. He's so cool. Okay, awesome. Hardman got the hit. Considering how much damage he did to Minerva, Sheeta, you're not gonna try and fight the sniper. So, I suppose I'll just go ahead and keep all of these units over here, waiting to get ready to fight. Okay. Shoot. There we go. Okay. Oh, that's some bad hit, right? Okay. That was easy. What else is there? Oh. So obviously, other than the reinforcements, I guess there's only 3 enemies left. That's easy. Okay. Hardin. I'm gonna have him equip the steel sword. Try and chip down the bow a bit more. Sniper, not bow knight. Toy. There's no horse in sight. Okay. And then hopefully Sheeta will be able to get the kill. If not Sheeta, then I suppose Minerva. It's not the greatest attack in the world. Oh. Awesome. Okay. Yes, more strength. Yeah, play the victory music. Strength is a huge victory. I want to see how much damage Aura does. There's 25 uses, might as well try it out. Oh my. Oh. Oh, that is 20? What? Are you kidding me? So remember the thing I said about tech stats and, you know, I should probably look at them. I should probably look at them. No, Linda's dead. Man. I just got her. That sucks. That sucks. I really hope she isn't important. Man. Man. I wanted to use her. Man. I don't know what else to say. That was dumb. Probably deserve that. I wanted to. Man. Oh. Oh, she didn't even get a chance. Talking about. I'm talking about how easy it is to fight all of these people. And then all of a sudden... Like, the thing is, though, I am kind of debating if I should rewind for her. Because I don't actually know how powerful Garneth is. And I don't know if anyone else will be able to use the Starlight Tome that I believe is necessary to kill Garneth. So, I might actually have to do a turn rewind for her, just so that I'm actually able to beat this game. So, maybe someone will move during enemy phase, and I can look up Garneth's whole deal. Man. Man. Okay, no Mars, okay. Please, just tell me, can you kill him? Here we go. Just tell me how to defeat Garneth, man. I would like to thank whoever made this whole guide for this game, because it's making it a lot easier for me to try and figure out if, you know, this dude is actually possible to kill or not. It's not looking good. Oh, would you look at that? Wind is alive. This is the thing about this game, where I don't know. Every other death that has occurred so far in this game, I can be like, that was a costly mistake. That's going to hurt, but it was also my fault. And it was my fault. However, there are systems that are in place to help you know, the overall game mechanics, and you don't need insert person here to fully beat the game. But I don't know for Lind. It might honestly be that she's the only unit that I have who can use the Starlight Tome, meaning that she's the only unit that I have who could defeat Garneth. And I really, really would rather not try and risk it if I want to try and complete this game in a timely manner. So, you know, if you saw that and you were just like, Okay, that's annoying. Then, sorry. It was a very, very dumb thing for me to try and do. But it's how it is. And we're just gonna keep going and pretend that nothing happened. See, look at Wendell go. That was just a dumb move for me to try and do that. But you know what? I did it anyways. And I was proud. I'm very proud. How much room do you have? 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Well, that'll be fine. Okay. Heal. Ow. If you keep hearing like random bumps that occur, that's just me being dumb. Like there are so many things that I'll just accidentally hit. Usually my body hitting random stuff. Like for example, about a week ago, I was just hanging out, getting ready, like putting my shoes on in my laundry room at home. That's all I was doing. And I go down, I put my shoes on, and then I get up and I hit my head on the ceiling. Well, I guess it's not the ceiling, but part of the wall. Just, there's random things like that, where basically throughout the day, I'm just very, very awkward. I don't always realize how big I am. So, it makes it very awkward sometimes because I'll just go about my day and then all of a sudden I'll run into something because I forget, oh, I'm not like a child anymore. I'm almost a certain age. 20. Ooh, 20. Cheetah. Honorary. And let's see here. Only 3 enemies left. I don't know when reinforcements come in, but it should be all good. Marth will be fine against this Manakee. Oh, no damage. I think. I guess he's using the rapier, so it makes sense. Can easily just equip the Worm Slayer though. Okay. Oh. Why did I become a soldier? This is awful, and there are no cute girls here either. Who would have thought that the random dude who can be recruited most likely by Sheeta is looking for cute girls? I think I know who I need to use. For this dude, Var can go ahead and hit him for. Oh, that's not a lot. Oh, dang, only 4 damage. Like, does this dude even have Stone Hoist? The heck is a Stone Hoist? Oh well. She can come over here. Yep. Hello, Soldier of Crust. You're Jake, aren't you? Who are you? Don't you know it's not safe here? As a girl from this town told me, it seems there are good men among Crust's forces. You know a girl called Anna, don't you? Oh, you heard about me from Anna? That's good. What did she have to say? She said that if you fought for the people of this land, she would follow you anywhere. Really? Well, honestly, I don't like seeing the people of this land suffer like this. Alright, I made up my mind. I'm ready to fight for you, and for Anna. I'll show you what I can do. And here's Jake. That's honestly really cool. Jake is I don't know if he is in this game, but at least in other games, he's basically Anna's boyfriend. So that's honestly really cute how I guess this game is kind of the start of their relationship, where Cheetah is just like, hey, Anna will love you if you do this, and Jake is just like, got it. What? Man? Oh well. Okay, Wendell could take down this dude. Oh, Lind can't reach. Yeah, Wendell can just go ahead and kill. Man, it is so nice to have magic again. Those couple of chapters where there wasn't any absolutely sucked. Power ring. I'm gonna guess that gives more power or strength. Okay. Jake, let's see what you can do. That's just some low accuracy. That was honestly kind of cute. I like the animation. I'm gonna guess that this dude most likely can't move. Considering that he's standing on castle space. So, gotta hope for the best here with Minerva. Come on. It's good. It's good damage. Okay. Oh. Attacking Jake. Hit again? And dodge? Dang. Look at this dude go. Steel sword. Awesome. Very awesome. Going far. Okay. And Sheena might be able to get the kill. If the iron sword is... Oh no, that's not enough damage at all. It's literally no damage. Okay. Well, Marth could just go ahead and seize, but I do want to try and get this kill, so might as well try with Jake, because he'll be able to survive one more round. Come on, Jake. Yay. Okay. Now, go ahead and seize. Look, Princess Nina, it's the Aegis Palace. I am overjoyed to see it. Finally, I have made it home. Many of our warriors are still imprisoned within. We must hurry and save them. Of course, we will storm the palace before enemy reinforcements arrive. Awesome. Well then, I'm actually gonna end it here because I still have work in the morning, and so I need to prepare for bed. But tomorrow is obviously Friday, and then it's the weekend, meaning that I'll have a lot more time to stream and keep playing through this game. So, I believe 25 chapters in this game. That was just chapter 11, so there's about 14 chapters left in this game. Hopefully, we can get some of those done soon, and, you know, definitely not gonna reach the final boss or something like that during this weekend, but we can try and get close. So, I hope everyone that is watching has a good night, and I hope to see you again soon.